and welcome to my dining table and a big puzzle named Zodiac by Ravensburger. My name is Kersti, and last video, or one of the other videos, I asked for video topics and you gave me several. And I have no idea how to choose, and some of them I'm not quite sure what you actually want me to like talk about. So a lot of them were about puzzles. Comes as no surprise because, you know, puzzling is part of what I do here. That was really lucky. But yeah, puzzles. How I got started in puzzles and all that. And honestly, I'm not sure how I got started with puzzles. I feel like it may or may not be true. I feel like I've been doing puzzles most of my life. As I said, I don't know whether that's actually true or not. But, and I mean, I know I did a lot of puzzles with my dad when I was a kid, but I don't necessarily remember it. I'm not exactly known for remembering stuff like that. I just do stuff and then I'm kind of done with it. But yeah, I started doing puzzles. Yeah, they're good. Sometimes it's hard to know what actually goes where and what and how and all that. And I feel like I'm already almost getting off track. I'm gonna try to stay on track. But if you watched any of my other videos, we all know that is not very likely. But it doesn't mean I can't try. I will try. And I will probably not be the best at it. But, you know, give me a few videos trying to like stay on topic and we'll see how it goes. I'm very curious. I kind of hope you're curious too, but yeah, here we are already getting off track. I'm really good at that. Yeah, puzzles. Well, the question was, I wrote down just parts of the question because if not, like, yeah. And the reason I wrote them down is so I know what they were and so I can, you know, keep track of them. And then I'm going to cross them out when I'm done talking about it because I like systems and I like crossing out things. So the question was something along the line of how I got started with puzzles and handwork. But like the handwork, I assume it's meaning knitting. So I can talk about that in the knitting diaries instead. And the reason I'm pointing that way is because that's where my couch is, where I talk about my knitting. I'm not saying I have to talk about my knitting while sitting on my couch or sit on my couch while I talk about knitting. But, you know, it's the thing, or I don't even know how to say it. Anyway, focus. But yeah, how I got started with puzzles. I assume I got some puzzles for like a Christmas or a birthday or something. And also my dad had some puzzles when I was a kid. And I can vividly remember one of them, but they can't find them. They might be in the attic, but like my parents have so much stuff in their attic because my grandma moved from a big house to a small apartment and a ton of her stuff ended up in my parents' attic. And so that's full, so we can't really figure out what's in there. And yet again, a little off track, but there is a point to that. And the point is that I would love to do, because I'm pretty sure my dad had 2 old puzzles, and I would love to do them again. I don't exactly remember how they look, but I'd still love to do them again. Challenge is, we can't really get into the attic enough to look for those puzzles even. And my parents are not sure if they're there anymore. I can't help but think that they must be, because, you know, I come from a family where we tend to collect everything at times. So just tossing them in the garbage has definitely not happened. Giving them away might have happened, but I don't know. I don't think so, but you know, I haven't lived with my parents for several years, so things might have happened. So yeah. But how I got started with puzzles, as I said, probably something was gifted to me and I enjoyed it and I kept going, because that's what I usually do when I enjoy something. And yeah, I assume that is the start, but I don't really know or remember for that matter. But I mean, I feel like that's a likely kind of starting point. So yeah, the continuation of that, like why did I continue? I liked it. It was something me and my dad did together. Like, we usually did the edge together, and then I did the easy parts, and then he did like the sky, because often it was, the tea is warm, don't drink it yet. Often it was landscapes, because that's what it was most of in general for puzzles when I was a kid, at least where I lived. That's what you could get, so, well, you know, that's what I got. Landscapes. You had like grass on the bottom, and then usually like a house and some mountains, and then the blue sky, possibly with the sun, not necessarily, but a blue sky on top. So it was very clear what was where. Not that we did a lot of sorting of the puzzle pieces. Thinking back, I'm a little surprised we didn't sort puzzle pieces more than we did, because I don't think we did that all that much. So now that I think about it, yeah, no, I don't think we sorted a lot. We sorted out the edges, but apart from that, very little sorting. Yeah. I thought I had... so that was, I guess you could say that was the start, but at the same time, that was very pink. Whoa, okay, cool. Yeah, that was the start, I guess, and then I started to, you know, get puzzles for myself that was gifted to me, that I did, and I have gotten rid of a lot of them since then. And I'm a little sad about that now, because I wish, not that I'm sad about getting rid of those puzzles. They weren't what I wanted anymore, so that part of it is fine. However, now that I have this channel, and now that I do this every once in a while, I can't help but think that it would have been very interesting if I had pictures and video of all the puzzles I had done throughout. That would have been so cool. Possibly. Not necessarily, I mean, might depend on the puzzle a little, but yeah, I can't help but think that that could have been a cool thing. But, as I said, I have gotten rid of and given away a lot of the puzzles that I once had. I'm really struggling now. But yeah, and I've had quite a few puzzles. I don't know how many. Don't ask me that, because I can't answer it anyway. Preferably ask me things that I can answer. At the same time, it's interesting to see where I end up sometimes when I talk out loud or think out loud, like I choose to say. But yeah, that's where I started. But I also said I've gotten, I've had a lot of different puzzles, and I then obviously can't show you all of them. But my continuation was obviously also like, you know, continue to get puzzles and do them. It's that simple. I thought I did. Yeah. I'm getting obsessed with my puzzle, and then my brain it's not, oh, it's functioning. It's just it's not paying attention to what I'm talking about. So yeah, puzzles. I have done a lot of my puzzles. I think I've done all my puzzles on this channel now, because this is the newest puzzle. So when I continue to do puzzle videos, it will be with puzzles that I already have and have done before in this channel. But yeah, doing puzzles was a thing that me and my dad did together. Mom did not do puzzles when I was a kid. I don't know whether because she didn't like it, or honestly I'm not sure why she didn't do it when I was a kid. But it might have been the fact that, you know, she was doing a lot of the cleaning, a lot of the cooking, things like that, and she worked full time. And even though Dad did a lot of stuff too, he couldn't always do as much of those things, so Mom had to do a lot of those things for various reasons. And that kind of led to Dad being able to hang out with me and do puzzles, for instance, which was great for me and my dad. Less fun for my mom, I would assume. I mean, I haven't asked her, but I would assume it was less fun for my mom because she didn't get to do it. Then again, when I was a kid, I don't think she had that much of an interest in doing puzzles anyway. So, you know, why do things with your kid when you don't want to do it, when you can have your significant other do it? So, in a way, I assume it worked out well. I haven't actually asked them about it. But I know that Mom has taken an interest in doing puzzles in the last couple of years. She's not the best at it. And when she wanted a puzzle for Christmas, I think that was a couple of years ago, she was very like, oh, it can't be a hard one, it has to be a small and easy one. I think she was worried that she wouldn't be able to make it. And she did get help from my dad to do it. And I thought it was kind of adorable. Because she wanted to do it. And, you know, I bought her a puzzle for Christmas. And not this Christmas, but a couple of years ago. And she did it. And she mostly enjoyed it. So I think that was a cool thing, because I know how much I enjoyed doing puzzles with my dad when I was a kid. I mean, if I hadn't had those good memories, I probably would not be doing puzzles today, to be completely honest. But I got my love of puzzles, doing puzzles with my dad when I was a kid. And I struggle with puzzles today, still, and I enjoy it. And sometimes I just struggle with it. Less enjoyment. No, kidding. I definitely enjoy it, but sometimes it's like, well, finding the right pieces is definitely not a piece of cake. I'm just saying. Definitely not. But still, And I've had, as I said, many different puzzles. Most of them, when I was a kid, they were kind of obviously gifted to me. Birthday presents, Christmas presents, all the presents. Not all, but like, yeah, was a decent chunk of presents going on that like made my puzzle collection bigger, I guess you could say. So that was really nice. As I said, I have since gotten rid of a lot of those puzzles, and I kind of wish that I had waited until I realized I could make videos about it, so I could have the memories of the specific puzzles. So if you have a lot of puzzles and intend to get rid of them, may I suggest take pictures of them before you get rid of them. Also, you know, you never know, you might want to do them again. And if you have a picture of the puzzle, you might actually be able to find it. Because if you don't have a picture of it, you might not be able to find it again. And, well, you know, that would make it hard to do it again. And I feel like making a lot of sense with that one. But yeah, I mean, I obviously kind of graduated to doing the puzzles on my own, but I don't know. Maybe I should go hang out with my parents for a weekend and say, "Hey Dad, I brought a puzzle. Let's reminisce of old times and do the puzzle together. And yes, Mom, you get to put in a couple of pieces, but it's mostly me and Dad, okay?" That could have been fun. I mean, when I was a teen, I didn't really want to hang out with my parents, but now, you know, I'm not saying they're cool, but I do enjoy hanging out with them. I do enjoy talking to them and hearing their ideas and, you know, all the things. All the things. I really enjoy that. As I said, didn't think I would necessarily, because they are my parents, and at a certain point of time in life, might not be as interested in hanging out with parents. I feel like I was quite similar to a lot of other people when it came to that. And the puzzle thing I did with that was when I was a kid, as in I was small. Not like baby size, obviously, because I had to be able to do the puzzles, but, you know, sometimes we had to time, not like put a time on it, but if we started a puzzle, we had to promise to be done by like, we had to like promise to be done by like Sunday dinner before 1, so we could pack it together so we can actually have Sunday dinner at the dining table. Because we did the same thing then that I'm currently doing now here. We used the dining table for the puzzle. Obviously we didn't use this table because this is mine. This has never been at my parents' house, but you know, the idea of using the dining table when we do the puzzle, yeah, that's kind of how it's always been. So like, if you have a puzzle, you do it on the dining table, okay? Okay. I have done it like on the floor. I mean, if I was doing my puzzles in my bedroom, I had to do them on the floor. It's not like I had a table on there. So, the floor it was, but yeah. I oftentimes did them in the living room, on the dining room table. So, yeah. I do believe that frustrated my mother sometimes. And if it did, can't say I blame her. You're about to cut me off. Hold on. Let me stop and start you again. the trick when I actually pay attention and make sure you don't cut me off. Just stop, start, new, and we're good to go for another 20 minutes. And yes, my camera generally only films for 20 minutes. That is occasionally annoying. And I feel like I was mid-explanation. Where was I going? I'm not fully sure. Either way, I have done a lot of puzzles with my dad. Not really many with mom because it was basically me and dad thing. Because mom had a lot of other things she had to do. But you know, I did other things with mom. I feel like I should remember right now, but you know, blank space in the mind, it happens. So yeah, that was it, maybe? Oh, I just saw it and then it disappeared. Anyway, what? No? This is a bit of a struggle, I'll admit. Yay! Nope, still not. I felt like I had more to say. And then I had to stop and start the camera and then it all went away. And I feel like some of the pieces I try in the same places again and again. Oh, there we go. Then this must be here then. Good piece, good piece. And you. And no. Okay. But yeah, how many puzzles I've done throughout my life, I have no idea. I've never counted, and since I have gotten rid of a lot of the puzzles I have when I was a kid, I can't count them because, you know, I don't have them anymore. Which is both okay and a little sad at the same time. Does that make sense? I mean, it makes sense to me, but a lot of things make sense to me that don't necessarily make sense to other people. I get that. I feel... Okay. But yeah, I've done... Yeah. I wonder how many puzzles I have done throughout my life. I mean, it's been quite a few. Oh man, now I wish I could like go back and count. Because I like numbers. So counting that for me would be very interesting. If it would be interesting for other people, I don't know. I really don't know. But I think I would find it interesting to like how many puzzles have I actually done. It is a fascinating thought, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I know I've done a lot. On the other hand, compared to some, I probably haven't done almost any. But that probably has something to do with like what you compare it to, basically. And I don't know. I'm curious though. I'm curious how many puzzles I have done. But that is for me to potentially forever be curious about and never getting the answer to. Don't know whether to be happy or sad about that. but at least I know about the puzzles that I currently have. And I mean, I remember some of the puzzles that I have gotten rid of. And some I wish I had so I could show you, but I obviously don't have them, so I can't show you all of that. But, you know, it is what it is. But puzzles they are. Okay, English is not my first language, so whenever I mess up, I don't need to apologize because, you know, I'm doing my best. I'm also doing my best on this puzzle, but I feel like I'm struggling at times. That's okay. And I know I started with something and then I just, yeah, anyway. I've done puzzles practically my whole life. I've always, not always, I have taken breaks, sort of, sometimes because, you know, when I was a student in a different city and lived in a teeny tiny dorm room, there was simply not enough space to have a big puzzle. I probably could have fit a small puzzle, but as I said, I was a student. I was trying to be a good student and study, and that didn't always work because there's a lot of fascinating things in the world, and I am easily distracted, which made studying a little hard at times, I will admit. But it worked out. I passed, I got a job, and now I don't have a job because they were cutting positions because they were saving money. So, you know, can't always control all that. But, so, I mean, there have been times in my life where I haven't done any puzzles, and then you have times in my life where I like, well, currently, where I do puzzles all the time. I mean, am I happy that I lost my job and therefore my paycheck? No. Am I happy that I can spend some time doing puzzles? Yes. I mean, I've talked a lot about work back and forth. I know. And that is something that will continue because, you know, it's kind of close to my heart at the moment because it's about myself. Me, myself, and I. But I think it's important to look on the bright side. I'm not always good at it, but I occasionally try. And puzzles, they're a bright side for me. I enjoy it. The doing of puzzles. Though it sometimes frustrates me because it's sometimes hard. And that's okay. And yeah, there's a lot of the same color left now. But, oh, I thought for sure there would work there. Apparently not. Oh no, wait, there. Okay. But yeah, I want to ask the same question back to you guys though. Like, when did you start doing puzzles? How long have you been doing puzzles for? The favorites of puzzles and stuff like that, that is a different topic. So we're gonna talk about that in a different video because I can't show you many different puzzles while I sit here and actually do my puzzle. So I will talk about that in a different video because that will be easier for me. And I like trying to make things easy for myself, even though it's not always. But, you know, we gotta give it a go, give it a try, There's supposed to be a light one there. I don't know. That's what I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Sometimes when I start like looking everywhere, it's because I'm in a struggling position with the puzzle, and then I kind of automatically starts taking a break, or at least my brain does. And then it's like, yeah, let's do something else. This is a little hard at the moment. But yeah, I hope, and I didn't write down who asked the different questions because there were limits to how much I wanted to actually write down. But I hope whoever asked the question feel like they got a decent enough answer. Feel free to ask more questions, and that I can use as video topics. And yeah, I think because I'm starting to like look at everything at the same time now, which is not technically possible, so my brain is like spacing off into I don't even know. So I think I should take a little bit of a break, and I know I often say that and then I don't take a break after all, but I just had some puzzles to put away. Yeah. We're gonna call it a day here. Yep, we're gonna do that. Call it a day. That was how I started with puzzles. My dad. How I continued with my continued puzzling because I enjoy them, and now I enjoy them on camera. That sounds weird. Is it weird? I feel like it's a bit weird. I'm staring at the box to try to figure out where this specific one goes because it has a very... Oh, wait. It must be one of the stars. It can't be. Huh, never mind. I nailed it. Awesome. Yeah. Where was I going? I just wanted to say thank you for the question. I hope you enjoyed my answer and that it satisfied you. And I will continue to answer questions in my next video. Or the one after. It depends on, you know, which order I do it in. And there aren't always the most order when it comes to these things. I've realized that about myself, but I will do my best to answer as many questions as possible in the end. And if you got any more questions, just pop them in the comment section. And yeah. I'm gonna take a little break from my beautiful, beautiful puzzle. I will talk more puzzles later, and I hope you've had an enjoyable time watching me do the thing I enjoy, as in puzzle, and talk about puzzling, and reminiscing a little. I enjoyed that. So, thank you for the question. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope your curiosity were satisfied. I at least enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Thank you for watching. I started rambling, so I'm gonna quit now. So, bye! I see you in the next video. I'll see you in the next video. English, not my language. Oh.